Good evening. Welcome to another episode of #1 National Business Talk Show. I am your host, Tandi Jabu. Before we get into our show, I hope that everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day. Hope it was festive and you had great times with your families. And for the brothers that are mothers, happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day.
That's right. With us, we have our co-host, Brother Robert. What's up, Brother Robert?
Hey.
All right. How'd you spend your Mother's Day?
Working.
Working. Hard working, man. Remember, Brother Robert has his own Black-owned and operated business called Your Community Lawn Care. Anyone out there that you need it's spring, it's summer. Summer's definitely coming. And if you need the lawn tended, this is the brother to call.
That's right.
We are very pleased to have with us Brother Hashim Hakim. Did I say that right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Good job.
I've been practicing.
Good job.
And Brother Hashim Hakim, what can I call you for this interview, brother?
H2.
H2. And I'm going to be on that. Brother H2. So with a name like Brother H2, please share with our audience, what is the nature of your business?
That is kind of difficult, but it's simple. I don't want to be a master of no trade, but a jack of all. So I'll just stick to being a writer. And in being a writer, there's various aspects that a writer can go. They can be diverse with books. They can write grants. They can write songs. They can do whatever has to do with programs. I can write for this show.
All right.
Whatever it is that has something to do with writing, I take the gift from the Creator and use it for His good. So, but the nature probably of my business would probably be propagating the faith using my gifts and talents.
Right.
And whether it's the book or an article for a newspaper or a song or music, the nature of my business is really community development, self-improvement, and community development starts with self-improvement. And I just have to speak the language of the people in whatever aspect they're in to get their attention. So if I want to speak to the youth, their language is hip-hop.
Right.
If I want to speak to an intellectual, it may be a motivational speech I may have to do, or a book. So it's whatever aspect that I have to use, I have to be adaptable to the situation. But writing, I'll just say that's the gift.
Excellent. No, I think that's wonderful because writing is indeed a gift. And I know I appreciate it. And I know Brother Robert appreciates it. And I think you're a bit too humble. This brother has written a book. Okay, I was hoping he'd say I am an author, but the brother flows. So, Brother H2, what is the title of your book? And tell us where the audience could perhaps get a copy of it.
The book is called The Path. It's an acronym. The P stands for patience. The A stands for attraction. The T stands for technique.
All right.
The H stands for humility. So it is a way to go after the poor, despised, and rejected, so to speak, or those labeled beyond hope, and bring them into a better way. It's kind of like the scenario the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave to Malcolm X, where if the people are used to drinking from a dirty glass of water,
right,
but you presented them a clean glass of water, they may be used to this, but if you just let them make a choice and decision and explain to them the benefits of the clean glass of water, they'll try it. And after trying it, they'll see that it is good for them. So the book is called The Path. And with this book, it helps believers from all faiths, not just Muslims, not just Christians. It helps them relate to our people more. Because in every classroom, every household setting, every business, you have three type of people. And that's an audio person. They do nothing but listen to the words coming out of your mouth. Then there's a visual person. You need to paint pictures as you talk to them. And then you have a kinesthetic person that you have to be passionate when you speak to them and put passion and energy into what you're saying. So the orator, the teacher, the parent, whoever is doing the presentation, if you implement all three of these aspects into your presentation, your speech, you are what you call a master of ceremonies.
Oh, right.
So you get the whole audience. So the book is called The Path, and it helps individuals relate to people on their level without preaching.
Yes. Now, that's wonderful. And what I think I like best about what you said was that you pretty much meet people where they are.
Yes.
So I'm curious, what research did you do in order to write this book, The P.A.T.H?
That's a good question.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's a saying that if you submit your will to do the will of the Most High, you can get friendships of all walks of life. Well, how can you get friendships of all walks of life if you're not intervening with people from all walks of life?
Yes.
So in doing so, just my experience, after being rejected, I'm into sales. And after being rejected, my job in sales, when I do a sales seminar and presentation, I have to tell the salesman that when you hear the word N-O, you have to transpose those letters around to it's on now. I have to say something. I have to say something because if I have something good for you and you're saying no to it, it's not the product you're saying no to, it's my representation or my presentation. So my experience validates me, and the track record and the testimonials that I'm getting from all across the country validates me. In fact, I was asked to write the book because of my success with sales, and now on Amazon.com, that's one of their top-selling products in books.
All right.
On Amazon.com.
So anyone that wants the book, they can go to Amazon.com.
Click on books and type in Hashim Hakim or The P.A.T.H, and it'll pop right up.
That's exciting. We got a young brother, writer, a prolific speaker. So allow him to motivate you. Okay, so not only is brother H2,
Hashim Hakim, H2,
Hashim Hakim, H, all of that.
Whatever.
Not only is he a writer and the author of the book The P.A.T.H, he is also a rapper. And I hope I said that right. I may be telling my age here. I'm a rapper. So here's a copy of his, put my water down. Here's a copy of his CD. And obviously his latest one is called Fly. It's an acronym, First Love Yourself. Beautiful title.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me about this CD. Tell us about it.
I wanted to create an album that kind of gives hip-hop and rap a good name. It's kind of getting a bad name due to stages and evolution that it's going through.
Yes, it is.
And I wanted to write an album that people who don't even like rap would listen to. So I wanted to make it, if you were in the church, you would like it. If you was a gangster, you would like it. If you was a thug, if you was in the family. I wanted to speak to these people from all walks of life. Yes, so I wanted to create an album that was not preachy, but did not also just relate to me personally. There's a profound producer, vice president of Def Jam, who told me in a meeting one-on-one, Hashim, his name is No ID. He told me, when I take your CD, I want to throw it in my CD player, and as a listener, I want to relate right away.
Right away.
And so I made an album that it would be kind of hard to deny because I make the music for the people. Somebody also told me, you can't make music just for yourself. Are you going to buy 1 million copies? So I thought about that. So I make an album that everybody can relate to. I try to be different. For example, the first song on the album talks about my wife giving birth to my daughter. I haven't heard too many songs about the experience of a woman pregnant and giving birth, and I have live audio clips of her giving birth in the song. So you hear the baby crying, you hear the doctors talking,
you hear her screaming.
So I want to be audio, I want to be visual, I want to be passionate. So I implement all that into my presentation. So everybody can relate to childbirth. Somebody's born and then somebody is having a baby. So I wanted to write songs that people can relate to, and that's the first one on there.
Excellent. We're going to talk more with brother Hashim Hakim H2 after this commercial break. Please join us. Come back.
Let Number One National fulfill all your advertising and marketing needs. Get listed in Number One National Black Business Directory. Do you have an online web presence? Number One National can build you a custom website and develop a commercial for your business and gain attention with an email marketing campaign. Visit us at www.numberonenational.com or call us at 313-949-7798.
Welcome back to #1 National Business Talk Show. We are here with H2, Brother Hakim, and we're having a really good time with Brother Hakim. Brother Robert wants to let us know if you want to call. Go ahead, brother.
Sure. If you want to call in and ask Brother Hakim any questions, you can dial the number 313-868-0342. I repeat, 313-868-0342. Call in and ask Brother Hashim any questions. He's here to answer them for you.
Excellent. Now, before we went to commercial break, Brother Hashim was talking about his rap CD, his rap collection. Now, this brother's bad. He also has his own record label. Okay, when we bring him on this show. We bring him. Okay, so please, what inspired you to start your own record label?
Good question.
Yes, sir.
Good question.
Thank you.
I came up in the, I started writing. I fell in love with the rhyme, period, with nursery rhymes.
Yes.
So I'm talking about Mother Goose rhymes. Anything that rhymed, it's just the way the teacher presented it. It just fascinated me. Rhymes. You could teach me any subject with rhymes. In fact, if you think about it today, it seems like children can memorize whole songs, but the homework they
That's true.
They don't. But if you implement this language of hip hop, they will be able to remember any subject matter. So it was definitely a gift. But trying to get into the hip hop at the time that I was in a magazine called Word Up, Rap Master. It used to be Word Up.
Yeah.
It was an '89 issue. I was very young. I was in a contest with Big Daddy Kane, Mona Lisa. LL was on the cover. I beat all of them. I got a full-page article. And anyway, but the rap that I was doing was super conscious. Back then, it was self-destruction. Yeah. You're headed for self-destruction. It was very, 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 very conscious.
Right.
And that was my debut to hip-hop. It was all conscious. I was raised strict Christian. So the negativity was not prolific then. Then a rap group came out called NWA. But if you remember, before that, our hip-hop spoke to the pain and suffering of African Americans.
Right.
It spoke to our culture. It was our voice. It spoke our issues and concerns in our community to the world. And it woke a lot of people up. We talked about slavery. We talked about racism.
True.
We respected the woman. It was very, very profound and cultural from a positive aspect. And it was waking a lot of people up. People were getting conscious, wearing X medallions, joining the Nation of Islam. And black people at that time were really, really utilizing the vehicle of hip-hop as a voice, as a platform to speak about our issues, because no one really listened to us since we've been here. But hip-hop spoke to that. And that's what started me to start my own label. Well, really what started me to start my own label is I tried to get into the music industry with this consciousness. And at that time, conscious hip-hop was not, at that time it evolved into NWA and then some of these other let's get high, smoke this blunt, kill this nigga, bang this girl type of hip-hop. And conscious hip-hop began to demise. But this gangster era began to surface, and the powers that be promoted that more than the conscious era. Then for Caucasian children and foreigners and non-blacks to relate, they had to take some of that consciousness out for us to talk about things that whites relate to. 1986, for example, they did a collaboration with Run DMC and a rock group called Aerosmith.
Right.
The song was called Walk This Way.
Walk this way.
Hip-hop began to grow again.
Right.
But the consciousness that it started off as, it was our natural resource. But anytime it just seems like Caucasians get involved, they like to rename it. They like to take it over and make it theirs, so to speak. And so their children can relate to it. We started talking about things that were vanity. Ice, baby. How much gold you have on your neck, how many rings, how many girls you can get. All the consciousness went down the drain, and vanity became the popularity. Right. So what I was talking about at that time wasn't conscious. So after years and years of trying to get into the industry, decades later, We started our own rap group. I started off with a group called Ex-Niggas, meaning we're no longer niggas.
Good.
We're no longer
Right,
drug
I like
dealers.
that.
We're no longer gang bangers. That was too strong for them.
Mm.
The word niggas is already a problem. But what we was talking about was, you're not going to promote consciousness. We going to gangster God, be God gangsters and consciousness and tell the people who the enemy is. And they no, you can't do that. So we changed our name to Soldiers at War. They said, y'all still too conscious, but now you militant.
Wow.
We can't have black people militant and conscious. We can't have that.
Wow.
So I started my own label. It's called EracismRecordsMusic.com. It's the word racism with the letter E in front of it. EracismRecordsMusic.com. And I said, man, we got to erase racism through diversity. No protesting, no marches, no rhetorical speeches. Let's just show them with talent. Let's just show them with wit and experience. And that's how I started.
That's right. Well, I tell you, I really appreciate what you stand for in your music. So do you think conscious rap will be on its way back? Because it's definitely declined, and you're so right about the trash that's in the rap and the hip-hop now. It's just trash. It's all about booty butt and popping and shaking and bust that. But it's all about that. Do you think that conscious rap will elevate again?
It is back as we speak. It's coming. In fact, I'd like to give a shout out to Jay-Z and Jay Electronica, who just did a song called "The Wait Is Up." What is it? They just did a song, Jay-Z and Jay Electronica, called "We Made It." Well, we made it. And Jay-Z, if you go back and study his origin, he was conscious all the time. Mm-hmm. He just jabbed and dodged the punches of the industry and maneuvered through it. Kanye gave him some accolades that he taught. Jay-Z taught Kanye how to walk through a room of vultures. So he was able to maneuver through it. And now Jay-Z is doing what he was doing in the beginning, is back to consciousness. And Rick Ross, who also met with Minister Farrakhan, is dropping signs of consciousness. Rick Ross is one of the top artists in hip-hop today, but he's mentioning Minister Farrakhan in his rap. Jay-Z and Jay Electronica are talking about consciousness, and they're just as bold as we were back in the 90s now. And I'm like, wow, Jay-Z? And a lot of people are surprised. So you just go YouTube Jay-Z and Jay Electronica, and you'll hear Jay-Z talking about devils and white people, and he going in. So not all whites are racist, and not all whites are devils from the aspect of, I just don't like blacks. He's talking about the powers that be that are controlling what we hear on the radio, what we see on TV, and he's going in on that. So I know it's coming back. Even in the beginning, so shall it be in the end.
All right. See, we got a conscious brother right here. And at this moment, Brother Robert, we're going to have to go to another commercial break. Again, if you want to call in, what are those calling numbers again?
313-868-0342.
So if you have any calls for questions for Brother H2, Brother Hakim, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. We will be right back after this commercial break. Join us again, Number One National.
Let Number One National fulfill all your advertising and marketing needs. Get listed in Number One National Black Business Directory. Do you have an online web presence? Number One National can build you a custom website and develop a commercial for your business and gain attention with an email marketing campaign. Visit us at www.numberonenational.com or call us at 313-949-7798.
Welcome back to Number One National Business Talk Show. Just to let you know, if you need to reach us here at Number One National for your black-owned and operated business, for marketing, advertising, website development, and design for a commercial, you can reach us at 313-949-7798. Again, that's 313-949-7798. You can also reach us on our website, www.no1national.com. And we're also on YouTube, Number One National. You have to spell it all out, MUMBERONE, number1national.com, Number One National YouTube. Okay? Again, we're here with Brother H2, and we have a caller, and we're going to take the call. Okay, here we go. You're on live, caller. Come on in. Hello, caller?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How can we help you today?
I was just calling to ask Brother Hashim a question.
Please.
I'm listening.
Brother Hashim,
Yes.
are you going to be doing any poetry for us today?
On the spot.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Hello?
Can you hear us, caller? It would probably help if you
Yes,
turn
how
your
are
TV
you?
down. Can you turn your TV down, caller?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
She just wants you to float now.
So the question was, are you going to be doing any poetry for us, Brother Hashim?
Yes, I will. I just don't know what to say, but am I going to do it right now? Or we'll do it later in the show.
It's up to you.
Jesus loves me. I could do something now.
Please, enlighten.
This most of my music kind of is talking about male and female relationships, trying to save male and female relationships. So I'll do a piece called "This Isn't Love." How do you know when it's love? And how can you know when it's true? Broke our commitments to for better or worse, and worse, to God we said, I do. How do you know when it's love? And I diss my family for this one. And I promised my ex that I would never leave her, but now here I am with this one. How can you know when it's love? I guess the butterflies were too distracting. I guess my best man was more attractive, called me a sucker. I still wanted you back, and how do you know? When we clashed right from the start, and you weren't quite over your ex, I read the text. Not to death do us part. I guess I'll do the same thing, damn shame. Two wrongs don't make it right. Now we're playing the blame game, wearing the same name, sharing the same things, lie after lie as we exchange rings. And you didn't want to tell your ex you were married. I should have known then you were more than just friends. He was just a little too extra with his caring. I should have known then when folks were telling me no and you were yelling I'm slow. Hell, you and I know this ain't love.
Oh,
I see.
fantastic.
There you go. There you go. Good. And that just flowed from the. You just did that.
It's a million in my head. I just.
I mean, that's wonderful. I always admired that gift because I could never. Even tonight, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit. You know, because we had a storm and my hair got wet. You know, and for you just to sit and just flow, it's just phenomenal to me. That is an excellent talent that you have,
Thank
brother.
God.
And you will go far. You will go far. And I got to ask you, we talked about this a little bit during the commercial break. You know, you mentioned Jay-Z, Rick Ross, and all these people are quite famous. Do you think that if the right person came along and offered you the right kind of money, only if you tone it down with the consciousness, you could still be right on, but tone out that consciousness stuff, do you think you'd take it?
I thought about it. I actually had a chance where Cash Money Records flew me to New Orleans, and they had me in a hotel from morning to night. And what I was writing was not it. Nighttime came, I said, I know what they want. I wrote a song talking about selling drugs, killing. It was nice, though. And they said, that's it.
Wow.
That's what I'm looking for.
Wow.
I called back to Chicago. They said, no, sir, come on back home. And I love my people too much, and I know our people are influenced by popularity. They're influenced by vanity.
True.
So I believe I can be just as popular and profound. You're not going to beat me, so what makes you hardcore? I think hardcore is a gorgeous woman soliciting sex, and I turn that down. That's hard to do.
Wow.
I think hardcore is somebody who's belittling me, demeaning me in the public in front of a group of people, and I know I can probably demolish this guy, but I swallow my pride and walk away. That's hardcore.
Right.
So we just got to redefine things and redefine what real is. And, again, present this clean glass of water after they've been conditioned to drinking dirty water, and they'll say, man, this is better for us, and this is better for our people.
Yes.
So I will never sell out. Nice
All
doing business
right.
with you.
See, I think that's wonderful, and our producers are letting us know we have to wrap it up. This show went by too fast. Brother H2, you have to come back.
My honor.
Please. You must.
I want to be a guest host speaker, too.
Watch it, Brother Robert. And, your wish will be our command. Sorry, Brother Robert. We really
Yes,
enjoyed having you here. Any closing statements, Brother Robert?
The closing statement is continue to support #1 national black-owned operated businesses. We are here for you.
Brother Robert?
Peace.
All right, #1 National Business Talk Show. We're here every Monday at 7 p.m. Please, thank you for welcoming us in your living room. We had a wonderful time today with Brother H2. See you next Monday. So long.
Let #1 National fulfill all your advertising and marketing needs. Get listed in #1 National Black Business Directory. Do you have an online web presence? #1 National can build you a custom website and develop a commercial for your business and gain attention with an email marketing campaign. Visit us at www.number1national.com or call us at 313-949-7798.